Hello and welcome to the 10th annual MercyOne Newton Gala, benefiting MercyOne Newton Medical Center. I'm Mark Allen, your MC for the evening, and we are so glad to have you join us for this special event devoted to raising funds in support of patients and caregivers at MercyOne Newton. Please get comfortable at home or wherever you are, grab a cocktail and get ready for a fabulous evening. Now, for those of you that purchased a ticket for the event and received a Gala to Go box, you will find a bingo card inside. And you'll want to keep this card close by while watching the program. Mark the squares off as you go along, and once you have that traditional bingo, take a picture of it, email it, text it to the contact information on the card. You will be entered into a drawing for fabulous prizes, $25 gift cards to local businesses. The winners will be announced on Tuesday, April 12th. One of the highlights of the gala each year is the auction, and this year is no different. A fantastic variety of items available to bid on. This year's auction features a condo at the Lake of the Ozarks, a Galena getaway, a package featuring $2,500 of in-store merchandise at Store for Homes, a Kansas City family getaway, and so much more. The auction is open now and will be until 8 p.m. Be sure to keep an eye on everything that you bid on, and don't forget, bid frequently, please. Each year, numerous businesses sponsor the gala, contributing to the success of this event. We'd like to thank those sponsors for their generous support of MercyOne Newton and healthcare in Jasper County. And now we have a special presentation for you from our friends at Hazelig Brewing Company. Take it away.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. My name is Betsy Duffy, and I am one of the two owners of Hazelig Brewing Company. Hazelig is a Dutch word. It means that warm, comfortable feeling you get when you're with loved ones. Our tagline is, "It's like a liquid hug." Our other co-owner is Mindy Vandenbosch, and Mindy and I decided about 5 years ago to open a brewery because we really love the sense of community that tap rooms bring and the sense of community surrounding craft beer. Craft beer is just really warm and welcoming and inviting, and we wanted to recreate that in a tap room, and we wanted a space where you could bring your friends and your loved ones, sit and have just a really good glass of beer and get together. We opened Hazelig in 2019 in June. In that time, we have had a lot of great successes right out of the gate. We were awarded 2 silver medals at the Great American Craft Beer Festival in Colorado. So all told, in the short amount of time that we have been in existence, we have won over 21 national awards for our beers. And now I would like to introduce you to our head brewer, Joe Castelloot, who is an award-winning brewer. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Joe Castelloot, and welcome to Hazelig Brew House. I'm going to talk about the brewing process for you guys, and the whole process kind of begins in this area here. To my left, we have a mill room where we'll take malted barley and we'll run it through the mill. And by running it through the mill, we basically just crack open the barley to expose the starch for fermentable sugars. And depending on what kind of beer we're producing for the day, we'll add specific varieties of malt. Some of it's dark roasted like a coffee bean, some of it's caramelized. It'll add nice color to the beer and certain malty flavors. And once we have it all milled, what we'll do is we'll add it to this first tank here, which is called a mash lauter tun. And we'll put all the malt in there for about an hour, and what will happen is the malted barley has starch with really long sugar molecules, and it'll basically chop into short sugar molecules that are fermentable. So after an hour of sitting in here, it's basically just sugar water and barley husks. And what we want to do is separate those husks from the sugar water. So inside here, there's a false bottom of the screen. We'll just gravity feed that sugar water through the screen, leaving all the husks behind, and we'll add it to the kettle right next to us here. And as it's filling up into the kettle, we'll get it to a boil right away. And what we're doing is we're basically sterilizing that sugar water, and we start adding our hops at that point. And there's several different varieties of hops. Each variety will give a different bitterness, different flavor, and different aroma to the beer. After that, we'll run it through a heat exchanger over here, and we'll have to cool it down. So we'll get it from 212 degrees to anywhere from 58 to 68 degrees instantly. So these are our fermenters here. As you can see, they're conical bottom fermenters. And what we'll do is we'll send the sugar water down after we boil it to the fermenters here. And the yeast is already inside here, and we'll start the whole fermentation process from there. It'll ferment anywhere from 14 to 28 days on average. We can take a gravity reading every day, see how much sugar is converted to alcohol. But once it's done fermenting, what we'll do is we'll drop the temperature gradually down to 32 degrees. Like I said, about 14 to 28 days from beginning to end for all the brews. And after that, it's ready to go on the packaging line and go out the door from there. Now that you guys know a little bit about the brewing process, we'll head on over to the tap room and talk a little bit about the beers.
In your box, you have one of these two beers from Heselig. This beer in particular is Hugdale Gone Sidewise. It's a 2019 silver medal winner at the Great American Beer Festival in the South German style Hefeweizen category. Technically, it's one of the best Hefeweizens in the world.
So this brew is brewed with pale malted barley and some white wheat. The white wheat will give a nice protein haze along with the German style yeast that we put in there. And the flavor characteristics that come out are almost banana to clove character, which is a very smooth beer to drink.
And then the next one that you may have is Liquid Hug Lager. This is a beer that will be nearest to your domestic beer that most people are used to here in the Midwest. And it is brewed year-round, so whenever you come in, we'll always have it on tap.
So Liquid Hug, it's brewed with pale malted Pilsner, has a nice clear golden color to it. It comes in at about 5% alcohol, and it's brewed with a lager yeast. And the lager yeast ferments at cooler temperatures, gives a nice, clean, crisp character to the beer that everybody enjoys.
We hope you'll join us here at the Heselig Tap Room, where we're open 7 days a week, and we are located in Legacy Plaza, which is at 403 West 4th Street North in Newton, Iowa. Cheers.
Cheers. See you here.
The goal for this year's gala is $50,000, and that's going to go for the purchase of a new DEXA scanner. Joining up with us right now is Paige Goff, an orthopedic physician assistant with Iowa Ortho in the radiology department, to tell us a little bit more about this project. Paige, thank you so much for joining us.
Mark, thanks for having me here today.
You bet. Tell us a little bit about your area of expertise as a orthopedic physician assistant.
Absolutely. So I have two roles, primarily as a bone health physician assistant, but I also work with sports medicine and total joint as well. In the bone health clinic, I typically review with patients the results of their bone density scans and labs with the goal of optimizing their bone health and hopefully reducing their risk of fracture.
So tell us about some of the more common conditions that you treat.
So two of the main conditions that I treat the most are osteoporosis and osteoarthritis. I typically describe osteoporosis as a disease process that weakens the bone structure and puts you at risk of breaking bones, while osteoarthritis is typically the normal wear and tear of our joints. When I'm talking to patients about the difference, I typically explain that osteoporosis is typically painless, while osteoarthritis causes pain. Nevertheless, it's important to treat osteoporosis to reduce the risk of fracture, because that can have devastating consequences for my patients.
Tell us a little bit about your day. So many patients, so many exams, so many people coming and going. But what's the best part about being here at MercyOne?
I mean, to put it simply, Mark, it's the people. So the people that I work with in the MercyOne orthopedic care, they're great. They go above and beyond for not just me, but also my patients. And honestly, I love my patients here at Newton. I enjoy that I get to spend time with them and that I get to know them while partnering with them in management of their osteoporosis.
So the goal tonight, $50,000 for this new DEXA scanner. Give us an idea of what this is, what it can do, and how it's going to help.
Absolutely. I'm so excited about this project just because of the positive impact it will have for not only my patients, but so many more. I typically describe a DEXA scanner as a scan that looks for calcium in various parts of your body. It then calculates that into a score that tells me if you're at risk of osteoporosis or if you have osteoporosis. So in this way, the scanner is used as a diagnostic tool, but also as a tool for monitoring for osteoporosis.
Absolutely amazing. Paige, thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's our goal tonight, $50,000 for a new DEXA scanner. The Gala has been a very successful fundraiser for the hospital since it began in 2013. Thanks to the support of sponsors and the community, this has resulted in raising more than $420,000 to support numerous projects at the hospital that have ultimately benefited the residents of Jasper County. Since that first event, the evening has featured an entertaining and engaging atmosphere with attendees socializing, enjoying great food, and bidding on auction items. Very quickly, the highlight of the evening for many became the dessert auction, which has featured amazing desserts by talented local bakers. Who would have known that there were so many competitive people willing to pay top dollar to pick the first dessert? The dessert auction has been such a success that of the $420,000 total raised over the last 9 years, more than $125,000 of that has come from the dessert auction alone. The Gala has featured a variety of professional entertainment over the years: comedy, improv, a hypnotist, magician, music, and so much more. Some entertainment has involved attendees, some of it perhaps against their better judgment, but it has always resulted in laughs from the audience. Personally, I don't think anything could top the dancing from the first year. Those guys had great moves and a lot of spring in their step. The goal of the Gala has always been to provide an evening where attendees can have a great time while donating money to make an impact at the hospital. Here's a look back at the projects that have been supported through your contributions from past galas. Thank you so much for spending some of your evening with us at the 10th Annual Gala. We certainly appreciate your time. And don't forget, the auction is open until 8 p.m. from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your evening.